Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I am Zhinya Metha with the evening news. The headlines. Budget session of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly to commence tomorrow. Minister of Planning and Coordination, Parliamentary Affairs Neiba Kronu nominated as UDA Secretary and Minister of Soil and Water Conservation V. Kashiho Sangtam as the Co-Secretary. Naga People's Front forms 7-member committee for Rajya Sabha Election in Nagaland. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi lauds positive impact of media on campaigns of New India. As we start the bulletin, we appeal to our listeners to stay safe from COVID-19 by following these 4 simple steps. Get fully vaccinated, wear a face mask, maintain 6 feet for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. And now the news in detail. The week-long budget session of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly will commence from tomorrow. The business will commence with the customary address of Governor of Nagaland, followed by obituary reference to the passing away of the former legislators and election of Deputy Speaker of the House. Chief Minister Nupurio, who also holds the finance portfolio, will present the budget of 2022-23 on 22nd of February. Besides the routine question hour, the session will also have laying of annual administrative reports of the government departments, government reports and rules, presentation of Assembly Committee reports. This will be the first budget session of the opposition-led government, United Democratic Alliance. The session will conclude on 25th of March. The United Democratic Alliance UDA government has nominated Minister of Planning and Coordination, Parliamentary Affairs Neiba Kronu as the UDA Secretary, while Minister of Soil and Water Conservation V. Kashiho Sangtam as the Co-Secretary. This was informed to some section of journalists by Minister Neiba Kronu after the UDA meeting that was held today at the Chief Minister's residential office in Kohima. The minister could not disclose much on the meeting, however, said today's meeting was called to discuss on the ensuing assembly session. He also said the government is yet to decide on a candidate for upcoming Rajya Sabha election. Kronu also informed that Chief Minister Nupurio, along with Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patton and UDA Chairman Tiar Zeliang, met Union Minister Amit Shah, BJP President JP Nada and others at New Delhi. The minister said another round of meeting were to held with the Union Home Minister Amit Shah. However, it could not do so due to Union Minister's engagement in UP election. Secretary General Naga People's Front NPF Achumbemo Kikon said a committee comprising of 7 members from the party has been formed to pursue and examine on the upcoming Rajya Sabha election in Nagaland, which is due to held on 31st of March. Addressing some journalists at Kohima today, Kikon said the working committee of the NPF held its meeting today to take stock of the upcoming Rajya Sabha election. He said the working committee deliberated at length on the possibility of filing a candidate. He, however, said NPF being part and parcel of the UDA government, it was decided to form a committee to pursue the matter and examine as well as coordinate with the NPF legislature wing. Kikon said unlike other election, Rajya Sabha election is within the domain of the elected members, and such the party has decided to have more consultations and coordination with its elected members. Kikon further said it will definitely come up with a strategy. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today lauded the positive impact of the media on the campaigns of New India. He was speaking at the inauguration of the year-long celebrations of the centenary year of Malayalam daily Matrubhumi. Modi said every media house took up Swachh Bharat mission with great sincerity. He said the media has played a very encouraging role in popularizing yoga, fitness and Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. Dredging Corporation of India has signed a historic shipbuilding agreement for the first Make in India project for construction of first Beagle Series 12 trailing suction hopper dredger of 12,000 cubic meter capacity at Cochin Shipyard Limited yesterday. The MOU was signed in the presence of Ports, Shipping and Waterways Minister Sarbananda Sonowal. Sonowal said the dredger build is one of the largest initiatives under Atmanirbhar Bharat and is a true reflection of international collaboration for Make in India. This news comes to you from All India Radio Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News. Department of Youth Resources and Sports YRS yesterday awarded cash prize to meritorious sportspersons for the year 2019-22 at an award ceremony held at Indira Gandhi Stadium, Kohima. Secretary YRS Wezope Kenya said awards are a special way to encourage performance and to inculcate a competitive spirit. He said award-winning ceremony holds the topmost spot as it provides with an opportunity to address the community and share the achievements. Cash prizes were awarded to meritorious sportspersons of international, national and state level championship in various fields of sports. Cash amounting to rupees 1 lakh each were also awarded to 5 coaches. India's Telecom Department and Commonwealth Telecommunications Organization (CTO) organized an event to highlight successes of India in adoption of effective information and communications technologies. India is a member country of the CTO, which comprises 33 countries as its members. In the event, success stories of Aadhaar and Unified Payment Interface System, which are significant elements of Digital India program, were shared with representatives of CTO member countries. International Adolescent Health Week will be celebrated from 20th to 26th of March. It is an annual international week of dynamic participatory events to inspire health care providers, policymakers, administrators, media, and adolescents and their communities to advocate for a successful transition into adulthood. The theme this year is Transitions. Union Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia has said that India's strategies of public health response have resulted in better management of Omicron surge compared to many other countries. He said the management of the COVID-19 pandemic has strongly demonstrated to the world the power of strong political will, self-reliance through Atmanirbharta, and collaborative efforts through a whole-of-government approach. Center has advised all states and union territories to focus on aggressive and sustained genome sequencing and intensified surveillance and keep an overall vigil on the COVID-19 situation. It has asked to observe all precautions and not to let the guard down while resuming economic and social activities. In a letter to chief secretaries and administrators of states and UTs, Union Health Secretary Rajesh Bhushan said the resurgence has been observed in COVID-19 cases across Southeast Asia and some countries of Europe. Bhushan emphasized that there should be a continued focus on the five-fold strategy: test, track, treat, vaccination, and adherence to COVID-appropriate behavior. Health Secretary said states have to ensure that all eligible persons are motivated to get vaccinated against COVID-19 as per the recent expansion of vaccination drive to young adults and precautionary doses for adults besides the completion of doses for all adults. Bhushan said the state machinery should create required awareness and ensure adherence to COVID-appropriate behavior. Nagaland today reported 1 fresh COVID-19 cases and 2 recoveries. With this, total case detection in the state has gone up to 35,459. The total recovery stands at 33,179. Meanwhile, no death from the infection was reported today. The tally remained at 754. There are 38 active cases in the state. And to end the news, here are the headlines once again. Budget session of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly to commence tomorrow. Minister of Planning and Coordination Parliamentary Affairs Neiba Kronu nominated as UDA's Secretary, and Minister of Soil and Water Conservation V. Kashiho Sangtam as the Co-Secretary. Naga People's Front forms 7-member committee for Rajya Sabha Election in Nagaland. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi lauds positive impact of media on campaigns of New India. And that is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Have a pleasant night.